Nuggets where you don't play good defense and we're going to get blown out because the Clippers are on. They have the rhythm going and they're getting into the paint and they're scoring in the paint. They're able to shoot the three. Like everything was going their way.
Yeah, it was. You could feel the anxiety for sure, 1,000%. And it was really a lot of it. I know for me, it was like, this is who they've been. The first 12 minutes of the playoffs, this is who they've been. But then they buckled down. It went from allowing 35 points in the first 12 minutes to just 18 points in the second quarter. And the run that Denver went on at the end of the second quarter,
13-2 run.
13-2 run to bring it back within a possession or two. Maybe it might have been like a 3 or 4 point game. I forget exactly at the half. And then the game just it took on a life of its own. And we did the segment on Thursday of last week, and I remember writing out the tease of like, there could be one Denver Nugget where this series goes very badly. And we talked about Michael Porter Jr. and the physical defense that the Clippers play, akin to the Minnesota Timberwolves, akin to the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. He
doesn't like contact.
The phrase that I used on Thursday was he turtles. He turtles.
Yeah, he goes into that shell.
He was so far in his shell, his head was popping out where his butt is supposed to go. That's how deep into his shell he was.
Damn.
I have not seen a player that makes $40 million a year.
Max player.
He played 26 minutes. If you covered up his minutes at the end of the night and said, hey, just a heads up, how many minutes do you think MPJ played? I would have guessed 11. He was Casper, the friendly ghost.
But see, you know what? The thing about that is when you're out there and it's a playoff game and every play matters, you start to look around and say, hey, as a teammate, where are you at? Why are you not a part of this? Why are you not getting down here in the paint, getting rebounds if your shot's not on? Or maybe, hey, take a shot.
Right.
How about just take a shot?
Right.
What did we talk about, Zach? We talk about, hey, if MPJ can get going early, be aggressive in shooting the ball, he'll be better off. And if he can make a couple right away, usually he'll have a really good game. MPJ did not shoot the ball. He didn't try to attempt to. And then when he didn't shoot the ball, it's not like he was crashing the paint to get rebounds to help out. Like, what are you doing?
So let me just make one baby correction with what you just said.
Please do.
Because we did talk about that on Thursday. Typically, when Michael Porter Jr. starts fast, it like dictates his night. You don't see MPJ start 1 for 5 and then typically. But do you remember the shot that he made?
The three. The three. Over there on the side, the wing area.
Yeah, it was a wing. Phil, it was the first shot of the game.
Yeah.
Think about that. He took and made the first shot of the game for the Denver Nuggets, and that was it for the night. It just
3 points.
It's so maddening. It's so maddening because it's hard to be that talented, that big, and to also be such a zero for 26 minutes. And you have Nikola Jokic being asked questions about him after the game not being engaged, and you have the world's best player who played 46 minutes.
46 minutes. That come on. Because of overtime. Let's get
sure.
46 minutes, and you have MPJ playing 26.
He said if you're not engaged right now, you shouldn't be playing the sport. And it's just so embarrassing for Michael that this is how this new marathon is starting, because that's about as ugly of a single game performance that
Zach,
I can remember.
I truly wish I could understand what MPJ is thinking. Knowing that we need you, knowing that people were at practice talking about how you made almost every single shot and you seemed like you were laser focused in. You get into the game and you're a non-factor. You don't even try. You get the first 3 and then you don't even try after that. You don't play defense. What's going on? You didn't want to be there, that you were scared to get down and dirty. It's a physical game in basketball now. And you have to be able to be physical with teams that want to punch you in the mouth. MPJ wasn't ready for that.
No.
David Adelman did a great job of taking his ass out, though, Zach.
He did.
Hats off to David Adelman for that.
Yeah, and I also want to say this. I don't want to act like Michael Malone never benched MPJ, because he did. There was times where he did. There was times where it's like, Bruce Brown, you're finishing the game. Michael, go have a seat. But Adelman already in 4 games, about 3 different times, all right, has shown a propensity to not give a rip what the opinion of the player is going to be. From the first game where he benched Russell Westbrook to the second game where he closed with Westbrook. Yeah. Same thing in the third game. And then honestly, same thing here in the fourth game. Also not being experimental with his rotation. It's like these are the guys I trust, and that may be costly as if it's a long series, and I still am expecting it to be a long series. But he's not playing politics, man. And I love that. And that may actually, on the Russell Westbrook side of things,
leave Russell alone.
Oh, leave Russell alone.
Let's get back on MPJ.
Leave Russell alone.
Russ wouldn't be there as much if MPJ would take a damn shot.
Well, that's true. That's true. It's not the dynamics here. It's not all a one-way street. They kind of weave all in together. But on nights where Russell might not have it, like I am encouraged by the fact that Adelman is not locked into any one thing, and he is reading the game, reacting to the game. It should be more straightforward oftentimes, but it's typically Zach, not in that league.
Tell me this, right? You're reacting to the game. Russ is not doing well because that could happen. MPJ continues to look like he did Saturday.
Yeah.
Who do you go to? We're going to play with 4 men on the court? Like, this is a major issue, and that's why you brought up Friday about MPJ being kind of that X factor because you need him to shoot the ball but also just be present. He is not present right now.
No, it was that was pretty ugly.
3 points, 26 minutes. What was it? 4 or 6 rebounds. I want to say 6. Try to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it was 4.
4. See?
Yeah.
Trying to help him out.
Yeah, and someone says, hey, he's got a serious back injury, lay off.
Oh, no.
Hold on a second. Is that out there? Has that been reported? That MPJ, his back is flaring back up on him? I mean,
I didn't hear it.
No. Phil, he needs to respond tonight. He's going to get another huge opportunity tonight. He needs to respond.
What does it look like, though? What does a respond look like for a max player who's 6'10"? What does that look like when we need him, when you got Jokic getting beat up in the paint, still goes for 29? When you got old AG that you know is still
Dude, how good was he?
Oh.
Aaron Gordon is
rebound.
Dude, he is like inspirational. Like Aaron Gordon on Saturday was inspirational.
He's tough.
He's
a winner. Ready for these moments.
Such a winner, man.
He doesn't care who's in front of him. Anybody, they say it right here, the generation, anybody can get the smoke. That's what they call it, right? You can come and get it. AG's that guy that if you're in that dark alley, you want him to be with you to protect you. He's going to do his part even when he is not 100% because he's still not 100%, but he's putting his body out there for his boys. That's something that MPJ needs to do. And why is Jokic having to call him out during media at the end of the game?
That is such a bad look. That is such a bad look. Oh, my gosh. Well, he's got to respond, and I am legitimately fearful for Michael himself if he doesn't respond here tonight. Because 2 things are going to happen. One, if it hasn't happened already, his teammates are going to lose total trust in him. The coach is going to lose total trust in him. But you know what else is going to happen at the same time? His value as an NBA player is going to tank, and if you think you're going to move him for even nickels on the dollar, you could be wrong about that. He's got to respond tonight.
So what does that look like, Zach? What is responding for MPJ?
Like so like it goes well and he responds well?
Yes.
I'll go
for a max player, by the way.
Yeah, right. And again, we talked about this on Thursday last week. All his numbers go down against the Clippers. I went back 8 regular season games. He goes from shooting 40% from 3 to 32. He goes from averaging 18 points a game to just under 14. I would say a response from Michael Porter Jr. tonight looks like, and this is going to be actually setting the bar reasonably low, considering he does average 18, 19 points a game.
Yeah, 18.
I would say a response from Michael Porter Jr. tonight looks like 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 made threes. Say he's like 3 of 6 or 3 of 7. If you offer that to me right now, despite it being below his average.
Do we win this game?
Yes. If MPJ makes 3 threes and scores 14 points, I'm pretty confident the Nuggets will win the game.
And all MPJ needs to do is shoot the damn ball. He had it. Looked good the first shot. Didn't go back to it. Which is like, how does that happen? And you know Jokic encouraged him. You know Jamal Murray encouraged him, hey, we need you to shoot. Especially if you're sitting there wide open. You know what I thought was interesting? Why was Kawhi on MPJ? If Kawhi is one of their best defenders, why was he on MPJ?
It's a great question.
I thought about that, like, why?
Honestly, it's honestly a great question. And think about it another way, too. So, Jokic, the game kind of had a similar rhythm down the backstretch of the game. They are jumping Jokic. They're throwing double teams at Jokic, sometimes triple teams. You know what they're also doing? When they went to the two-man action between Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, 3 of the 5 defensive players for the Clippers were literally saying, we're only going to guard the two-man action. We'll let you guys play 3-on-2 behind the defense. But think about this. Think about Russ's last shot. Or not his last shot, but the big 3 he made.
It was glorious.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Despite all his warts,
they left my man wide open.
How about this? 9.6 feet of space for every time that Westbrook shot, the most space that anyone has been given since ESPN began tracking.
How many threes could you shoot? How many threes do you think you could have made with that much space?
I mean,
that's a lot of space.
I don't know how many I'm going to make, but, like, I'm going to get plenty up if I have, like, think about that. That's almost 10 feet of space. That's basically saying you're going to be the most open over the course of a game of anyone in NBA history. But think about this. Who would you rather be shooting a corner 3, MPJ or Russell Westbrook?
Well, the correct answer would have to be MPJ.
1,000%. That's
what he's there for.
You have 2 real shooters on this team. It's Jamal and MPJ. MPJ, I mean, last year made the most threes of any Nugget in a single season of all time. He shoots 40% from 3. That's like the delineating line. Like, you shoot 40% from 3, you're a good three-point shooter. Russ is the worst volume three-point shooter in NBA history. Why would David Adelman rather have Russell Westbrook in the corner ready to shoot a 3 as opposed to MPJ?
You can't trust him.
Well, I would say this. If you were just playing in a half-court game and you were just on offense, then you would have MPJ. But the court's cut in half. That's how bad Michael was defensively. And that's how much better Russell Westbrook was defensively, that you are willing to put Russell Westbrook in the corner ready to shoot a 3 as opposed to Michael Porter Jr. because you know you're going to have to run down there and play defense. And Russell Westbrook was so much more impactful defensively than Michael Porter Jr. was.
36-year-old Russell Westbrook.
By 10 miles more impactful defensively.
And literally it's just about effort at this point for MPJ. Just have some effort. Get down there. If you don't make the shot, transition back. Play some defense. It doesn't have to be great, but just be in front of somebody. But MPJ couldn't even do that.
No. I mean, it's pretty disturbing. It's pretty disturbing.
I'm still trying to figure out why Kawhi was on MPJ, other than, hey, I know this is going to be a cakewalk. I can rest on the defensive side and maybe do better offensively, although Kawhi didn't do as much as I thought he was offensively.
Yeah, he went quiet down the stretch. Honestly, that's a huge win for Denver. Like, if you ever see, if you see Kawhi Leonard matched up with Michael Porter Jr., that means he's not matched up with 4 other potential Nuggets. And if he's basically a 0 right now, or was, and hopefully that changes tonight, it's mystifying. Tonight, you cannot overstate how big of a night tonight is for Michael Porter Jr. And I'm being dead serious for his Nuggets future, for what you could get back from a trade for him this offseason, because his value, if this keeps up, oh my gosh, his value is going to be at an all-time low.
You said 14 points.
I would take 14 points. Yeah.
At least 3 3-pointers made.
Yeah.
Take 6 or 7 3-point shots.
Yeah.
Please take more, because I think that he's going to make them if he would just shoot. Like, just shoot.
So you like him responding tonight?
I do. Because he knows that if he doesn't, like you just said, Zach, it's going to be bad in the building with his teammates, and they can't trust you. Therefore, you won't be on the court. Therefore, someone like Russ is going to have to play more minutes. Or maybe Jalen Pickett, who else knows? Because if Russ isn't doing well, then who else do you go to if MPJ's not doing well either?
Yeah.
We don't have a deep bench.
Not at all. It's the shortest bench in the league right now.
MPJ needs to step up.
Step up the way AG did. I walked away from that game so impressed with Aaron Gordon, who he was, because we had questions about him coming in. how's the calf? He missed a ton of time this year. Who he was defensively was less impactful this year in the regular season than he had been for the previous half decade. Who that guy was on Saturday. You talk about like you have 0% chance of winning without this guy. Aaron Gordon's 25 points on 8 of 14 from the field, getting to the free throw line, converting 8 of 10.
Yep.
Pulling down the 8 rebounds.
The 8 rebounds, man, were spectacular, though. There were certain rebounds that changed the game.
There's no question, especially down the stretch, especially the offensive rebounds, okay? Which, by the way, Aaron Gordon had 5 offensive rebounds. I don't have to look. That's probably the most of any player in any game through all the game ones. 5 offensive rebounds. That's such like hyper impactful. And then there was times where it's like he's matched up with Harden. It's like, dude, I'm going at your neck.
Yeah.
I mean, just his spirit on both ends of the floor.
He wants to win.
Kudos to Aaron Gordon,
He wants to win. He wants to help Jokic out. Anytime he has a chance to talk to the media, he talks about Jokic. He talks about his team. He talks about what he wants to do to help this team. He doesn't care if it's about the points, rebounding, assists. It's just about being out there playing defense. He wants to do whatever it takes to win. And that's what you need more people like that. Jamal Murray needs to have that same mentality this next game.
Yeah.
Win.
He's got to put a game together.
Yes, he does. Christian Brown is doing a great job right now, Zach. It may not show necessarily with the points, but defensively. I said if I had the opportunity, if Christian Brown can pick one thing to do in this game, my thing was focus defensively.
Yeah.
Just be a defensive menace, and then the points will come. Christian Brown, 1 for 4, 1 of 4 from the 3, but it was a major,
oh my gosh, that was
effort.
That was the first time when he made that shot with 59 seconds left in overtime. That was the first time the Nuggets had pushed it to 2 possessions.
Yes. The effort,
that was so massive.
The effort of getting that live ball,
jumping into the crowd to save it. Are you kidding me?
Putting his body on the line. That's what you need to win these games.
Dude, you talk about a winner. Christian Brown won couple state championships in high school, went to Kansas, won a national championship.
The energy's there.
Was a rookie contributing on an NBA championship team in a way we hadn't seen since Sam Cassell in the 90s. And here he is, man, stepping up in that huge spot. That's the biggest shot of his career on Saturday. That's the biggest single made three-pointer of Christian Brown's career.
And all it takes is that one shot like that. And maybe tonight you see a different Christian Brown offensively. He has the confidence to be able to shoot that 3 with confidence like he did and make it. Man, I know that place erupted.
Oh, my gosh.
It
was
looked like
nuts.
it was shaking on the TV.
It was nuts, Phil. It was nuts. And Jamal, man, you look at the numbers, and the numbers deserve to get talked about. I mean, it's 7 for 20. That's not good.
No.
And he is going to face an uphill battle every single night, by the way.
Because of what, Chris Dunn?
Because of Chris Dunn, because of Derek Jones Jr. I mean, he is just they're going to come at him in waves the way that we anticipated on Friday. And that bared out to be true, but he's just got to be a better version of himself. All right. And, but that being said, this guy, you hear these kids say, I'm built different. I'm built different.
Yeah. And a lot of them are lying. They don't know what that is.
It's like I'm a dog. It just gets floated around so much.
It's watered down now.
Jamal can drive you mad, okay? And I raise my hand. There's a lot of times where he drives me nuts, all right? But God, man, if my life was on the line,
I'll be careful now, Zach.
And I needed one of these guys to hit a shot to save my life.
Yeah.
Even if he's 0 for 12, I'd say just give it to Jamal. Just give it to Jamal. I mean,
not Jokic.
He has got. Well, and Jokic is in that department too. But when I think of more like traditional shot makers,
yeah, he's
like
crunch time, like
he's
Jamal
the clutch
has shown
gene, man.
So many times of making that big time shot at the end of the games, and some people are built like that. Truly, I've been with teammates that are like that, and when the moment's not too big.
No.
Hell, Zach, I was like that. Like in practice, I was bad, but come game time, it was a different beast. And just because you're able to go out there and just play freely, that's the MPJ. Now the 2-man game is going to work here and there, but the Clippers are going to have something for that 2-man game. Jamal's going to have to find ways to create his own shots, create his own ability to get to the rim at times, Zach.
I'd almost be surprised if it wasn't the same